Hi, welcome back to Empirical Evidence. You're here with Annie, your energy science chaplain. We left off with managing techniques for dealing with the narcissist if you have to live with them or work with them and there's no escape. So again, let's move on to the second set. Realize that they can never be Christian. A narcissist is not a positive spiritual person. They are spiritual in the sense of having spiritualized energy, which means they have a charge. Much like you have positive and negative charges, they have a charge, but not spiritual in the sense of interconnectivity, not spiritual in the sense of a life of meaning, not spiritual in the sense of Christian, Catholic, Buddhist, Muslim, Sufist, Jainism, shamanism. They do not have a connection to a higher positive power. Don't ask them to love you. Love is a concept that evolved out of ethical relationships. Ethics is developed out of religious philosophies. A narcissist doesn't know anything about being positive internally. Forget about how they speak. Internally, their brain is hardwired for sabotaging, negativity, self-perception, and a belief that the world is out to get them. Compliment them so that they feel good. Offering them compliments will keep them from focusing on the negatives. It sort of resets their ego for the day, and it gives them their fill of give me attention. Do not accept compliments from them. Compliments from them are not sincere. They're fishing to see what causes you to respond or react. Always ask them questions such as, why did you say that? You're doing it for two reasons. One, you must fake interest. Two, you must know what's going on in their mind at all times. They're always looking to know what's going on in your mind. You must always know one step ahead of them what they're planning next. You must also fake interest just like they fake interest. To deal with a narcissist, you have to learn how to think like one. Do not react to their emotions, positive or negative. Process your feelings away from them. Don't let them see you cry. Don't let them see you weak. Don't let them see you needy. They have no interest in helping you. Any sign of vulnerability is something that they can figure out how to develop a scheme to use your vulnerability to help you. Here's a great example. If I need an extra loan for a school, and the narcissist knows that he needs a specific gender, a woman at the school. If I say, I don't have the money to come to your school, but they know that they will get $1 million for getting a woman admitted to their theology program, if you will, then the art of persuasion is their game. There's always a bigger picture the narcissist aims to gain. My vulnerability of not having any money to go to school is their opportunity to get into my mind and my sense of this would make me happy and use it to their advantage. Many things can happen when I get into that environment. It could be that I become displaced if they find a replacement female, or it could be, these are all hypothetical examples. This did not happen. This is an example of how a narcissist thinks. Or it could be that once I graduate, it's a, look what we did for you. It was all for you. No, it wasn't. It was because there's a bigger system and the narcissist learns the games of the system. A narcissist learns the rules of the system. Could be your stepmother, could be your aunt, could be your wife, could be your ex-wife. A narcissist learns all the rules of poker, and they learn them better than you. Deception is the name of their game. Always self-interest, self-preservation, and deception. It's how they would grow up. And you can't reset the mental framework of how another person grows up. Only a higher supernatural power can do that. and you don't know who their allegiance is to. So worry about your life and manage your own boundaries. Some other management techniques. Oh, that's it. We went through all the management techniques. Again, how do you manage a cockroach infestation? Recognize them for what they are. Don't compromise. Don't negotiate with them. Always remain calm. See the parasite for what they are. A body with a spirit built to take. A mental distortion of reality. Don't try to be their counselor. Don't fall into the dual role of being their therapist and their parent, being their friend and their parent, being their relative and their teacher at the same time in social life values. You cannot have dual roles with this person. Don't compete with them. Don't try to outshine them in a public environment. Don't tell them your suffering servant story. Don't share your vulnerabilities with them. They're not capable of respecting your needs. Recognize that they don't know what love is, and even if you taught them, they're not interested in that kind of love. They have already established a schema in their mind of how to get what they want in life, and that's comfortable for them. A narcissist operates not from an idea of life, but from a feeling of fear, a feeling of being unloved, a feeling of also at the same time being the most desirable and most beautiful person of all. It's like the Snow Queen in Snow White. Don't fall for the extremist behaviors. Don't negotiate. Don't try to reset their brain. Manage your space by gently pushing them out of it. Always ask them questions about why they say things. Fake interest in them. They're faking interest in you. And if they are interested in you, it's because you have something they want. It could be a talent. It could be your intelligence. It could be your emotional strength. It could be your inner power. It could be your friends. It could be your money. They sense energy. Remember what I said, we vibrate energy. So they sense where your power is, even if you don't know it. And don't react to their emotions. Don't react to them raising your blood pressure. Close your door, process away from them, and do not yield to them. You don't have to scream to not yield. Make sure you're tolerant. That's what you're developing. So what's their purpose? All they teach you how to do is to be tolerant to games of the darkness. And by darkness, I don't literally mean darkness. I mean games of the shadow realm. Because the shadow realm isn't entirely darkness. The shadow realm has different colors, and shadow figures operate in them. It's a vibrational tone that takes a form. It actually doesn't come in dark colors all the time. Sometimes they come in the figure of light and then change into shadows. You don't know what you're dealing with until you've actually seen it up close. Stay tuned for more on the supernatural world, specifically the paranormal aspect of the supernatural world that works itself out in human desire.